The sheeple are Japanese people. The sheeple be Japanese people. The sheeple be Japanese people. Cute little cartoony characters singing and dancing and being all ADHD and quirky and loud and laughing. Annoying. Very fucking annoying. Japanese culture didn't always used to be this fucking annoying, I think. When I was growing up, I was into Messenger Z, Voltron, and there was a lot of robots and like teamwork robots. I guess they work for the government because there's other evil robots from the villains in their country, and yeah, it all went from like mechanical and super cool future things, technology. You had Akira, a bunch of cool animes, and then I don't know, I can't remember when exactly the tides turned with the Japaneses, and they started to go all about like fashion and Sailor Moon. That's when they introduced like all this I don't know, like, and you also had Pokemon coming around the corner, and then everything just, it went from cool robots and fighting and Godzilla to just quirky, funny, and cute little princesses with long robes and pigtails and swords and magic, and God, it's god awful. And then fast forward all the way to 2010, they had this brilliant, unbrilliant, in my opinion, idea. I mean, financially brilliant, I guess, because as long as you have the money to invest in whatever things you want to do, you'll likely find success if you pour enough money into it. And that's what this pop idol manager guy in Japan, he decided to get a couple of three choreographing, singing, dancing little cute girls. I think they were underage, or way underage at that time. But I guess they had the chops to follow orders and sing the songs that they're written for them. And that's how the whole pop idol culture works, I guess, everywhere in the world. But over there, it's more it's more of a specialty. It's specialized J-pop weaponry for the masses. So they got their shtick together. They did all this choreographed bullshit, and they got some, I guess, metal players, because the background music for baby metal is pretty much metal. What ruins them is the shrieking, high pitch vocals of three little girls singing about chocolate. It doesn't matter what they sing about because they sing in freaking Japanese, and apparently it didn't matter at all to the rest of the world, because they managed to garner a lot of fans, and they went on tour with Lady Gaga, who's also another choreographed bullshit band on stage with no musicians. I mean, Baby Metal does have the band on stage as far as I've seen, but I don't think Lady Gaga does, and they really just ham it up with their choreography and their stupid dances and their stupid songs. Like, Lady Gaga songs have zero merit of value or any inkling of a rock or metal vibe. So it's really weird that she took Baby Metal out. Maybe she just got paid a lot of money, and that's probably the most likely scenario. And Lady Gaga must know that her music is garbage, especially because she says she's a fucking fan of Iron freaking Maiden and Metallica, and she did that awful thing with Metallica on stage. It was horrendous. Lo and behold, there's a lot of dumbass idiot, just lazy-brained turd brains that will just go with anything that is given to them. Oh, yeah, Lady Gaga, cool. She's okay, yeah. I'll defend her. Why not? Like, she's popular, so she has to be good because so many people like her. Fucking brain dead zombies, I swear to God. Anyways, so yeah, they went out with Lady Gaga, garnered more fans, and they put out another album and another album, and they just kept getting bigger and bigger. And I don't understand. I mean, I do understand that there's a lot of idiots, especially each couple of years there's a new generation of idiots that are coming of age, and anything that's thrown at them through way of marketing, advertising, social media, maneuvering. You pay your social media app, a couple of $1,000, and bam, your video is everywhere. And then you have little people groups. They start going baby metal groups, and that could easily be done by AI or people that get paid by the record company. They start these little groups, and they start being all positive this and how great whatever character is and how they're dressed and certain songs. What's your favorite song? What's your favorite album? All this just cheesy, idiotic media shit. It's a shit storm, and it's all very much programmable by money. And people think that they're talking to just regular folks that start a fandom. Maybe sometimes it's the case, but more and more obvious is to people that have eyes and are not so freaking gullible like most baby metal fans are. It's all a corporate ploy. Nothing is real anymore. There's 1,000 bots. There's phone farms, okay, and these bot farms, they work in unison, and they are paid to advertise and to even like argue with people about how great a certain band is or whatever. So everything is becoming more and more artificially fake, and which it makes sense because this music is very artificial, and I don't know the kind of person that can stand these shrieking, high vocal, cutesy voices on top of metal, modern metal, which is another story. But it's so ridiculous that human beings nowadays, modern human beings, can be so easily swayed into just ridiculous, just half-assed brain ideas that don't really compute. But like I said, with any amount of money, a certain amount of money above that certain amount threshold, you got yourself, a deal. You can get yourself a band like baby metal if you get the money, and then put it out there, throw money at it, and watch it grow, like Miracle Grow. So it's a pyramid scheme. It's a scam, and unfortunate. People just fall for whatever, and people are desperate for entertainment. They're desperate for anything that's maybe quirky or weird, because there's a lot of bands out there that all sound the same. They all look the same, and then when something weird and strange comes about, it's either embraced with if you put enough money, or it's kicked to the curb because it doesn't belong with the rest of these other bands that all sound like each other. So we're in a very dark place in culture right now, music culture especially, and I don't think we're gonna get out of it, unless some magic happens that I can't foresee. But everything's looking really grim and depressing and stupid. In any case, that's all I want to say about the stupidity of baby metal and the asinine idiocy of mainstream society that accepts these just horrendous things. If you want a more respectable Japanese band, listen to Maximum the Hormone. They also have that disease where they are quirky and esoteric and offbeat, characters, but they do have decent songs, and they're more cohesive, and they are actually musicians, and they would rarely have that annoying, sing along, high pitch, shrieky voice. And besides that, you can always listen to Loudness. Yeah, your typical 80s traditional heavy metal band, a la Dokken, maybe. I think that's the closest I can imagine them to be. Solid band. And there's a lot of Japanese like guitarists that are pretty badass, and they don't all do this quirky, cartoony bullshit. This fucking anime, manga, saturated idiocy. I can imagine it's gonna keep going because all these otakus and what weeaboos, they are a very strong strain of idiots. Well, anyways, let's just hope that the mental illness calms down a bit in Japan and we get a bit more a serious artist that we can actually embrace and not be embarrassed by. That is all.